Hello, welcome back. Right, as you can see, Starquake is going to be the subject of this comparison video. Commodore 64, Amstrad, ZX Spectrum, BBC Micro. It was released by Bubble Bus in 1985, and it also came out on the Atari 8-bit computers and the Atari ST, and another couple that when I looked on Wikipedia, I thought, it was only 2 minutes ago, I thought, oh, I'll remember all those, and now it's come to it, I've bloody forgotten. Right, never had much experience of this game at all, but the Spectrum version pops up quite frequently in people's best ever games for the format. So again, it's one that I know very little about. I've just fired it up and had a very quick go. So it's not going to be a review or anything. It's just to go on a discussion between all the versions and allow us all to share our memories of what particular version you may have had and what you thought or think of the versions I'm going to show you that you didn't have, if this is the first time you're ever experiencing them. Right, the plot of it is you play Blob, the biologically operated being or something like that, and he's got to repair a planet core that he's landed on. You've got to go around and find all the bits and pieces of the planet core in order to repair it. Now, really sorry, I don't know head nor tail of this game. I have had a lot of fun sort of playing it, trying it out, etc. So let's just dive into it and show you what it's like. Of course, it's by the Spectrum version by Steve Crow, also responsible for Firelord and the excellent Wizard's Lair on the Spectrum. Wizard's Lair I've shown before, but only the Spectrum version. If people are interested in seeing a multi-format version of that, then I'll happily do it. And Firelord I've only ever played briefly, but similarly, if you want to see that as well, then by all means I'll get around to it. So, let's get into the Specky version. Right, here we are then, ZX Spectrum version of Starquake from Bubble Bus 1985. Right, fortunately, the keyboard layout is sensible. Q, A, O, P and M, up, down, left, right and fire. You also have the option to define your keys, but I'm quite happy with that key layout. So let's have a go and see what it's all about. Nice bright menu system. This gives you the sort of exposition about what's supposed to have gone on and what Blob finds himself having to do. You can see the computer's gone haywire. Now this is the game, and if I press down like that, I can create these platforms. There are also hover platforms that you can pick up. Now again, I've got sort of no clue what I'm doing here. There are various power-ups, as you can see. You can get to sort of like recharge your battery, etc. There are also teleports that are password operated and get you around the various parts of the levels. Oh bollocks. Blob doesn't like electricity. The graphics on this are just wonderful. It's got that kind of wonderful sort of ZX Spectrum sort of sound. Oh, I think I've wasted all my platforms there. Oh, and I'm dead. Wonderful 48K ZX Spectrum sounds, the sort of sounds he makes when he's sort of like moving around. You know, reminiscent of games like Attic Attack, etc. But it's just, the graphics have got so much character, they're nice and colourful. No colour clash that I've seen so far, bear in mind how early on this is for a Specky release. Oh, no, hello, what have I done here? Ow, balls. Oh, that looks like some kind of lift thing. Let's see if I can get in there. Yeah, I can. Oh, where am I? Where are you, Blob? Oh, there you are. This is really good fun, despite not having a clue what I'm doing. Now, pressing down, ow, balls, creates those platforms if you've got enough energy. You can see I just ran out of battery there, and now I've got this kind of hover thing, which I can use to, well, fly around really, but I can't pick up any stuff while I'm using it. How do I get through there then? No, come on, get off there. Get off the bleeding thing. Oh, bowl, come on. Can I get through that? No way of getting through that. You can see my battery and stuff is running. What? Oh. Oh, right, okay, whatever that was. And I'm dead. I can see how for people who got the hang of this game, it is considered as good as it is, because, you know, it is fantastic. And I don't even know what I'm doing. Come on, get out of it, you swine. Whoops. Yeah, it's really, really, really great. Now, like I've said before, oh, for God's sake. I'm really interested in, yeah, I did really well there. I'm really interested in what people's takes and memories of the game are. It's certainly one that I will come back to and spend some more time on, because I am enjoying it. Get out of it, swines. Oh. Right, what's that do? Verox. Right, let's try. Right, alright, so I've got a teleportation code. Oh, so where does this take me? This is interesting. First time I've ever seen, oh God, seen this particular part of the game. I've got to be careful I don't get electrocuted. Hang on, I've been here before, haven't I? You can see my platform building energy is slowly running out. What great character Blob is. Absolutely fantastic. And, you know, there was a sort of fad for when the 128 inspections were released, of creating updated versions of them with like extra rooms and extra music, etc. But I don't think there was a 128K version of Starquake, because, to be quite frank, from what I'm seeing of it at the moment, there's absolutely no need for it. I mean, there's, according to Wikipedia, there's over 500 screens on the Spectrum version, and clearly a map is a must. Oh, I'm going back round in a big circle, haven't I? I've been here. Right, go on then. Yes, I have gone round in a big circle. But never mind. Yeah, clearly a map is a must, because, you know, it'd be quite easy to get lost. I didn't know how to get through this bit. Come on. Oh, for God's sake, I'm wasting all my platform energy. Let's get the fly thing again. No, been there. Have I been up there? Probably. Have I been there? Don't know. Just wonderful, wonderful graphics. This is so brilliantly characterful. Characterful. Get off the platform, Blob. No, I can't go through there while I'm on that, so get off it. Come on. And I'm out of lasers and stuff, so... Oh, there we go. 814. Oh. It's not going to let me through. Right, that was just a very quick sort of show you what Starquake is like on the Spectrum. I'm not going to get much further than this. It's a game I've clearly got to put some time into, because everything about it is wonderful. Now, I'm going to move on, and don't know yet what version's going to be next, but we'll see you in just a second. Okay, here we are. I'm going to play the BBC Micro version of Starquake, which was released a couple of years later. 1987, BBC conversion by Kenton Price. As you can see now, it gives you the option at the start to redefine your keys. O, P, A, Q, and space, the old faithfuls. Yes, right, okay, BBC Micro owners, did you own this game back in the day? Let me know what your thoughts on that of it. Now that sound is really loud, but we know about the BBC Micro's unturned downable internal speaker. Right, so I want to do the keys that I've defined. So let's go into it. Now I've had a brief play on this. Now straight away you can see it looks a little bit more sort of rough around the edges than the Spectrum version, and there's less sound. But it does. Oh, it's a good representation of Starquake. I don't even know what that noise is. Yeah, it looks a little rougher, but you can tell that it's Starquake. There are some sounds, but they're quite muted. Don't know if you can hear them. And the graphics, that sort of normal sort of BBC sort of colourful, chunky style. So yeah, I mean, whilst you'd look at it on first impressions and say, oh, that looks a bit ropier than the Spectrum version, it still plays nicely, and you know, isn't a bad conversion at all. And I've become sort of more and more impressed as I discover the machine of how good a gaming platform the BBC actually was, stroke is. There's an awful lot more games available for it than I first considered, or first thought there would be. I'm right back at the start again, ain't I? Yeah, I've gone back round in a big circle. Exactly the same map it seems to be as the Specky version. Whether or not it's got the full 500 odd screens, I don't know, you bastard. But yeah, it's not too bad at all. I've run out of laser things, haven't I? I want some more laser things. Laser things, where are you? Is that a laser thing up there? No, that's not. But the spike thing kills you. It seems to be very generous on lives. Oh, and the way I play, I'm going to need them. I think there was only about 4 lives in the Spectrum version. Saving planets from blowing up is not my strong point, as you can probably see. Right. But yeah, so come on people, what's your thoughts on what you're seeing here, apart from woefully inept gameplay? I'm talking about the actual game. Now, how do I get... I can't remember how to get off the bleeding thing. Ah! Alright, that's it. So, do I have to... Oh, no. Oh! Not fair! I was figuring out the keys. Turns out I actually need that for this bit. Oh, you dipstick baz. Oh, that wasn't fair. Oh, right. Okay, let's have one more go at that. So yeah, much rougher around the edges than the Spectrum version, but... What's that thing? Can I collect that? Why can't I... Oh, dead already. Can I collect that access card? Show my age now, I recognise the flipping symbol. Right. Do I want that? Oh, this seems somewhere different. Oh, can't go that way. Oh, you swine. That's one of the only things I've sort of found is when an enemy sort of homes in on you, they kind of sort of avoid your laser bolts or whatever they are that I'm firing. Get out of it. Oh, what do I want to collect that? Yeah, I want to collect that. Oh, I've got to be off that, haven't I? I can't get off it unless I'm at a lander thing. Oh, and I'm back round again. So not a bad, not a bad version of Starquake at all. I'd have been happy with this if I was a Spectrum. What am I talking about? If I was an what's this? It's a BBC Micro, isn't it? Yeah, I'd have been happy with this back in the day. If shut up, Baz. Yeah, I'd have been happy with that back in the day. So move on to one of the final two versions, either the Commodore or the Amstrad versions of Starquake. Again, BBC Micro owners, please shout up with your memories of that game if you ever owned it, and people who have never seen that version before, please tell us what you make of it. Alright, moving on. Okay, welcome back. Right, at the Amstrad version of Starquake now. Released by Bubble Bus in 1986, as you can see. I'm going to redefine my keys. This version was written by Dave Collins, and I'm coming into this new, never played this version before, so I'm presuming it's going to be identical to what we've seen. Probably very similar to the Spectrum version. Right, so we've just seen the Spectrum and the BBC Micro. Let's have a look at the Amstrad. I want my, yep, number 4. So let's go in. Right, here we go. We've got all that exposition sort of stuff telling us what's going on. Now, first impressions, this looks really good. Apart from the colours look a bit strange on it. Sort of pastel-y as opposed to the bright, sort of vivid colours the Spectrum version had. Doesn't break the game at all. It's still... oh, bollocks. It still plays really nicely. Yeah, you can see what I mean there. Sort of very sort of, they've gone for these like pastel shades. Now, Amstrad experts, could you possibly fill in why that would have been? If you're able to. Right, so I've got this barrier thing, platform thing even. Again, I have no clue what I'm doing on the game. I know on the Spectrum version that I played, I managed to get a passcode for a teleport. I think that was more by luck than by any kind of judgment or skill on my part. But yeah, what can be said about the Amstrad version? It's really good. Very good. A good game is a good game, really, isn't it? It's... hello. Oh, bollocks. I ran out of charge and Bob blew up. Blob or Bobby. Yeah, Blob. That's his name. Really quite a good game. So come on, Amstrad owners. Yuck. Your impressions of this back in the day. I think so far this has given the Spectrum version quite a good run for its money. And I can't go up in, well, I don't need to go up in the lift there, do I? No, you dickhead. Because I've got a hover platform thing. No clue where I'm going. So is the map again appears identical. Why would it be different? How do I get through there then? No, it's not happening, is it? Oh, and I'm out of bullets or whatever it is, ammo. This is gonna be a short trip. Whoa, there we go. Really good fun game. Oh, and I'm out of platform stuff now. I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. Oh, hang on. Yes, I can. Because I've got that, haven't I? Yes. Right. Bad's gonna die pretty damn soon. Oh, right, I've got some shooty things. Laser. Some more health. Oh. Last life, Blob. Make it count. Can't make it count, can I? Because I've got no teleporty thing. Platform thing again. I need to go and find something to help me build one. Is there anywhere? I haven't got a Scooby. What I'm doing? What? And this is a game that, you know, I said in that previous ramble that I found games too difficult and sort of like gave up quite easily. But this is one that would clearly be worth putting some. Oh no, because that's a green key that I need to go back over. Is it? I don't know. How do I pick it up then? Ah, right, okay. And I'm back out of bloody... No, I'm not. I've got platformy stuff now. See if I can get... Come on, Baz, at least get somewhere in the game. I know it's a big ask, but you can do it. Hello, I've not been down here before. And I'm dead. Right, okay. That was Starquake on the Amstrad. As you can see, I came nowhere near saving the planet from exploding. That was great fun. Really enjoyed that. Let's have a look now and see what it's like on the Commodore 64. Hello, welcome back. Right, final version, the Commodore 64, coded by Nick Strange. Again, Commodore owners, I'm after your impressions and memories of this game. Right, okay. Again, totally new to it, and now I'm having to play with joysticks on this. No redefinable keys option or keyboard option, it seems, for the Commodore 64 version. Right, so there we go. There's the opening sort of spiel. Let's get into the game, and this looks really nice. I'd say a better use of colour than the Amstrad version. I prefer the clarity and vividness of the Spectrum version, but having said that, you know, this is not looking... Oh dear, dead. This is not looking... Oh, dead again. This is not looking like a bad version of the game at all. It's just my bleeding... can't play with joysticks very well. Some really nice sound effects going on in the game as well. Now, it would say... Oh, for God's sake! It would seem that across the board, Starquake got... come on. Really good versions for all systems. None of the ones that I've played are bad. You could say the BBC Micro version... Well, I did say the BBC Micro version was a bit rough around the edges. But by no means horrible. This version is excellent. I was shit. There we go. 3B, 5Bs. Right, let's try this again. Yeah, this version is really good. Oh, I need that. Astra, right, okay, let's put that in. Straight back where I bleeding was. That teleported me about 1.5 inches by the look of things. The only thing I'm finding about the Commodore 64 version is I think I'd be able to get much further on it if, you know, there might be a keyboard option, I don't know. If there was an ability to play with keys, a facility to play with keys, I don't know. It seemed to be the case with most Commodore software, not all of it, that it was joystick only, and that really sort of hampers things for me. But yeah, this version is excellent. Things are a little bit fast. Now this is a version that when I sort of loaded it off the SD to IEC, gave me the option to have all the codes for the teleporters and again all the codes for the teleporters and and infinite lives, etc. But I didn't want that. I just wanted to sort of like try and play and sort of learn the game myself organically, if you know what I mean. No, if I do that I'm going to run out of stuff, ain't I? So if I get the hover platform, yeah, not a bad version seems to exist of this game. I'm impressed with every single one that I've seen, and it's one that, you know, like I said, inexplicably I never bothered with back in the day, and kind of wish I had. It's got everything going for it. The only thing in poor Blob's way is the fact that it's got some complete doofus like me trying to control things and get him going. Yeah. Right, let's try and get this thing. Can I go along here? Uncharted territory. Oh. Really like the sound effects on this version as well. Oh, I thought I could go. There's something I could do in there. Is there? No, is it? Right, okay. Just walk through it. No, this is going to use all my platforms, isn't it? If I'm not careful. Oh. Whee! I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Right, I think I've shown you enough there. Yeah, that's a game that really requires an awful lot more practice put into it, because that just the sort of little bit I did, I really enjoyed. Right, to the outro. Okay, thanks for making it this far, if you have made it this far. That was the 4 versions of Starquake: ZX Spectrum, BBC Micro, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64. The similarities and differences was what I wanted to show to you. Now, other than the Spectrum version, the others were completely new to me. So we sort of experienced those together. And that's what I want your memories of. As I said before, you know, not only of the version that you're familiar with, but also your views on the versions that you didn't know, on systems you didn't own. My own personal take, I thought that was a fantastic game. I can see why it's lauded as much as it is, why it pops up in so many favourite games list, because there's very little wrong with it. Yet again, the BBC Micro impressed me with how sort of viable as a gaming platform it is. Now, yeah, you saw that the version of Starquake it had was a little bit rough and ready compared to all the others, but it still played the game well. There were various bits and pieces missing, as you could sort of see, slightly blocky graphics, but it played the game as well as needed. And as if I'd have been a BBC Micro owner back in the day, I wouldn't have been disappointed with that version. The Spectrum and Amstrad versions, I thought, had the best graphics. Probably towards the Spectrum version, slightly more than the Amstrad because of the pastel-y colours that was used on the Amstrad. I think they just looked a little bit strange, but both games played absolutely fantastically, as did the Commodore 64 version, which is still sort of going on in the background now. I just haven't turned the C64 off yet. Yeah, the Commodore 64 version, nice, bright and colourful graphics, really nice, fast gameplay. It seemed to be sort of an almost flawless replica of the other versions. And again, if I'd have been a Commodore 64 owner, I'd have really enjoyed that game. But, as ever, it wasn't a playthrough. You know, I'll never be able to sort of show you that. It was just a quick, well, it wasn't quick, it's probably about 20 odd minutes long, this video. Go through the game from a sort of like noob's perspective, and just to see what all the fuss was about, really. And I can see that I can see what all the fuss was about now, and it's one of the few games that makes me think, yeah, I should really spend a bit of time and effort getting to know that, because it's great, it really is. Okay, thanks ever so much for watching. If you like the video, please let me know. If you wish to subscribe, please do so. But if you do subscribe, as ever, please take the time to join in the discussions, because that's what it's all about. Okay, thank you very much. Take care. Goodbye.